amazing NA tournaments, but now we're gonna see so many different mix of regions. But going into this game right here, we got Louis Money on the sticks versus Axel.
And Isabelle, Charles?
Yeah, and we saw Villager earlier today. Bobby Wasabi was throwing it down on the stick, so we'll see how. I mean, Isabelle and Villager pretty similar, but there are a couple handful of moves that are very different in their kits.
Yeah, like that down B and that side B. Oh my god, yeah, the fishing rod from Isabelle, such a crazy move. Let's see if any of these animals will be crossing on further into the winner's bracket. Right now, going up against Palutena, man, I would say this is one of the roughest matchups for really all zoning-based characters, but especially stubby ones like Villager and Isabelle. That said, who knows this matchup? Probably nobody.
Yeah.
So there's a chance. Fair. There's definitely a chance for Axel. And this Isabelle's looking clean so far. Hanging on the edge just a little bit too much, though, and Luis going to scoop it up. That pillar of light, man, it hits below. It hits way above. And you don't want to be caught slacking on the edge like that, man.
And I would say Palutena and Wolf are the biggest like meta checks in this game. Like if your character loses to Palutena or Wolf like really bad, you're probably not too high up in the tier list, right? It's just, I like to call Palutena and Wolf like the reality checks of Ultimate.
I like to call them the melee sheiks, which is really just gamer speak for the same exact thing.
Right, pretty much, yeah. Like welcome to Ultimate. Like.
Yep. Yeah, if you don't do well against either of those two on an individual or character basis, then, man, it might be time to start reconsidering your options.
Yeah.
That said, I don't know. I mean, Axel was doing great at the beginning of this match, but this lead snowballing so hard for Luis here, up 2 stocks now. How are you going to kill this character when you have to approach her is my question.
Right, and even when Palutena does get up and close to you, how do you beat out Nair, right? Like, Palutena, just that move alone, paying so many bills for so much Smash players.
Isabelle, though, kind of underrated in how scrappy she can be up close. Her neutral air, very fast move, kills, or doesn't kill, rather, combos quite effectively. And then, you know, you've got some decent moves up close, right? The up tilt can combo, the jab is pretty solid, but overall, yeah, what do you have for the giant staff? Mostly nothing.
Right. Even like a jab down smash, I know is a thing. Like Isabelle can do some jab shenanigans as well. Mainly, you are trying to set up the down B and use the fishing rod. The fishing rod is very great off stage, but it just feels like Axel having a ton of trouble on stage here against Luis's Palutena.
All right, gonna jump right over that forward smash, back air to put him back off stage, and yep, throw those down tilts out. The balloons actually make it a little easier to two-frame Villager and Isabelle as well. It's unfortunate for how deep their recovery goes. You can kind of do them dirty once they get back.
Yeah, and Palutena, one of the top tiers that has gotten quite a bit of nerfs throughout Ultimate. Really good stuff from Luis, closing out with the Explosive Flame, catching the aggressive double jump from Axel. Really good lock on there. And yeah, I mean, Palutena has gotten nerfed quite a bit of times, but still we see her as a relevant force in the metagame. I know some players and, you know, like commentators are part of the community, just kind of feel like maybe Palutena not in that top 5 category anymore, but still like a very solid top 10, top 15 threat. Yeah,
she is top tier. She falls into the top 12 characters in this game. And you know what, man? This is Louis Bills. You can nerf his character all you want, but it's not going to be that easy to get through him, especially with Isabelle, unfortunately. But again, I was impressed by Axel's gameplay, especially at the beginning of that match. See if he can channel something different and take this to a game 3. Going to see the counterpick to Town and City. I would say home field advantage, but you know what? It's kind of bullshit for the Animal Crossing characters since they got 2 stages.
Yeah.
And they're always playing on them.
Yeah, true. Maybe playing a little bit of favorites there, making like Animal Crossing stages like the quote-unquote legal stages, right? Like,
well, not much is going on in Animal Crossing, so we'll make the stages not hurt you too much.
Yeah, there you go. Not a laser beam or a claw is not going to come in and side blind you, right? Like,
exactly. It's nice and chill as long as you pay your rent.
Oh,
no way! No way! Oh, okay.
Man.
I needed that in my life, dude.
That would have been so funny. So I was wondering if maybe like a mix-up like grab or something would have came, but we saw Luis, the very first thing he was able to do out of hit stun was the jump, but Axel actually taking the first stock with Isabelle. You pointed out earlier, Axel had a really strong start game 1. Well, nothing has changed here game number 2.
Yeah, Isabelle is a character who can fall behind easily if she loses the early exchanges, especially when it comes down to the first stock being taken. But when she's playing from ahead, we're just going to see Luis running into this brick wall repeatedly. It's a mixture of the slingshots, the landmines, the fishing rods, all these frustrating tools, and you could just gradually chip away at your opponent's mentality with her.
Yeah, and I feel like Isabelle is a character where because with Villager, you're setting up the Lloyd, kind of coming in with the Lloyd, right? It's like some kind of movement trap where it's like, you know, commanding like a horizontal area. As where Isabelle, you're setting up the trap on the ground and then kind of going from there with the fishing rod or the sling slots, right?
Yeah, you just have to get your opponent to come to you and take that residual damage over and over again. But we're going to see Luis even up the stocks. Only down 64. That could be the matter of 1 or 2 neutral air openers. Here's one.
And into the up air drag down. But okay.
SDI. Did he SDI that? I feel like that was on purpose and not just a lucky break, man. When you play low-tier characters like this, you have to be going the extra mile, right? And the counterplay has to be on another level.
You have to do all your extra credit, all your homework, because you are out here working for all your damage, all your KOs off the top.
Almost.
Barely.
Yep, the platform assist, but of course Town and City with a high ceiling, so we're going to see Luis hang on just a little bit longer on the second stock. Landmine is intact. Oh, okay, teleporting right to the center and then running back to the other corner. I think Luis is starting to realize, you know what? When it's close, I can still kind of chill back in the cut, right? There's 4.5 minutes on the clock. I'm not at risk of getting timed out, so no reason to rush things.
And Isabelle's, and the slingshot, not a transcendent projectile, so you can just kind of like mow through that. And, oh man, the crowd popping off right now.
What is happening on that main stage at Mainstage?
Oh, there's the protection, Okay. Wow, not going to get the KO. The great thing about Isabelle's down B as well, not only is does it trigger on contact, you can actually activate it as well. So the con of that is it doesn't stay out too long, so it doesn't linger forever. But I mean, I wonder if we're going to see Axel like utilize that.
Yeah, I mean, that move just kind of sus on multiple levels. You can very easily clank it out, just run up to it and press a button after you win neutral and remove it as a threat. But I don't know, man. I think there's still such a wide amount of stuff for Isabelle to have figured out later in the meta, right? So Axel really showing it 3.5 or 3 years into this game that she can kind of hang with some good characters. Obviously a losing matchup on paper, but you know, this is one of the best Palutenas in the business, and he is hanging on.
Yeah, I mean 60% almost here on Luis. You know, Axel does have the rage. We'll see if we can get something set up here. Trying to get that dash back forward smash. Those poppers, don't be fooled. Very powerful smash attack.
Yeah, it's not a party for you.
Yeah, and the back throw barely not going to do it. Isabelle with that being able to have that tether recovery with the fishing rod.
Yep, just a little mix-up, a little snappier to the ledge as well instead of the up B, which, of course, it's on balloons. It's a little floaty and slow. Oh, man, we almost saw everything go out the door to that back throw right there, but now we have a jumpless Palutena off stage. Wow, just a little late on the fishing rod. It can linger by the ledge and catch 2 frames.
Yeah, and you see this positioning with the down B. There's the up smash, dash back. Not a lot of lag there. Sets up another setup here, and Luis not having the go through too much here, trying to get around out of the corner, and the back throw connects. Is it enough? No.
Just barely not. Oh, okay, and we're going to see the neutral air edge guard attempt. Wow. Axel able to navigate around it.
So close down to the wire here. Isabelle really out here, and the back throw is going to be enough. We are going to have a Game 3, Max.
That is a rare sight. Isabelle in general, but also Isabelle performing against top-level players. Luis 9th seed at this tournament, by the way. So.
Oh, yeah. Luis has been, I mean, top 8, has been no stranger to all these recent top 8s at all these huge NA majors. So Luis really putting himself on the map post-quarantine. I know Palutena was a character he was working on quite a bit right before the Wi-Fi era started, and he like really grinded out throughout the Wi-Fi era with the Palutena, really, you know, pretty adamant about switching from a Fox main to a Palutena main instead of just having like a Fox main with a pocket Palu. Now kind of more on the reverse side, right? We see a lot more Palutena, but still willing to throw out the Fox in certain matchups.
Yeah, I mean, Fox is just very volatile, right? A light character, exploitable recovery, no sword. No weapon, right? It can be kind of rough playing that character at top levels and going up against these players who will execute you on hit. Palutena much more reliable and also much safer matchup spread. Like you were saying, she's the reality check of this game.
Yeah.
Low tiers beware.
All right, but Axel, even regardless of Isabelle being a quote-unquote low tier, I mean, still tangoing with one of the best players in the world at the moment. So fantastic showing from Axel, and here it is, game number 3. I mean, you probably would have not thought this would have gone to game 3 if you watched game 1, but Axel doing an incredible job game 2.
Yeah, and he was just hanging on for so long, right? Luis not able to find the finishing blow. And, of course, this is a game of stocks. That's what it's going to come down to at the end of the day. So you can win neutral as much as you want, but it's got to be something meaningful, like that back air, but just not enough to take the stock.
And how many times has Axel been in that scenario where barely surviving, and it matters so much? This time, though, Luis going to get the trump into the back air there. But, wow, almost dying at 95%. Watch that DI.
Oh, I love the 2 frames with the Nair, a long-lasting hitbox. You can just put it right there at the ledge, and Palutena has to collide with it.
I actually wonder if Axel wanted a side B there after the parry, because we saw a run back B reverse neutral B, and maybe wanted the fishing rod to either, I doubt it would have killed, but it still would have got great damage, great positioning there. Ooh, lingering, like you said, trying to catch that normal get up, but Luis able to get up and shield.
Oh, and yet again, the fishing rod just going to get blocked. So much lag on that move. As long as it is, man, it's just not going to do the job against the shielding opponent. Of course, it's a hit grab, not a command grab. Oh, and the up throw. Okay, yep. 69. Not bad here for Axel. He could definitely bring this one back, or at least into close territory with some good combos.
Yeah, the fishing rod off ledge. Pretty solid option there, and is going to get the KO. Axel is bleeding here, though, 95%. But same stock count, and we've seen Axel kind of really persevere in these situations and not get KO'd and really just chip away at his opponent. You know, especially that game number 2. We'll see if we can do the same thing here. Up tilt, not going to get the KO. Up air, not connecting as well.
Smart by Axel not to swing the down air. You cannot challenge Palu's up air with pretty much anything in the game. Wow, that's still grabbed. Okay.
Oh. Wow, very surprised. I guess Luis did not completely travel. The sour hit, 167% on this. Isabelle waits for the spot dodge, though. Luis closing it out. That was so important.
Yeah, very nice. Most Ultimate players just have the tendency to spot dodge after a misinput, or after, you know, losing an exchange and throwing something out that wasn't going to work.
The panic option of Ultimate.
100%. I mean, it's so strong in this game because of spot dodge canceling as well. And we're going to see Axel, you know, actually die because of that. So smart by Luis, thinking a couple steps ahead here.
Yeah. And I mean, that spot dodge cancel is strong, but there is still a window where you can get the punish if you're ready for it. And Luis obviously ready for it, getting the grab. And now look at this, just from that wait and react moment, Luis is sitting pretty here, getting the 2 stock to end things off. Axel with a valiant effort throughout this set, but Luis just really clutching it up game 3.
Yeah, that was absolutely brutal, man. That one definitive moment. Yeah, it just changed the entire course of the set. You know, we saw Axel is capable of taking a game off of a player like Luis, but sometimes you just feel the shift of the tides. One good read, you know, you're really getting the player's head, cause some mental damage, shake things up a bit, and we're going to see Luis do just that. I mean, no stranger to the upper echelons of these brackets. He has top-8'd pretty much everything in the past 2-3 months that he's been to. Yeah. And that's why you see a guy like him at 9th seed at a tournament this stacked.
Oh, yeah.
Best player in North